In this section, we're going to learn how to use if statements to affect the way our code runs in Python. Let's write a program to check if a number is positive or negative in order to see this in action. First, we can use an if statement to check if a number is positive. To start an if statement, we use the Python keyword if. After that, we include the condition that we learned about last time. In this case, our condition will be something like number is greater than 0 because all positive numbers are larger than 0. After the condition, we always have to put a colon to indicate the end of the line. On the next lines, we put whatever we want to happen if the condition is true, making sure to indent every single line. Here, if the condition is true, we just want to inform the user that their number is positive. Notice that if we run this program and enter a number that is greater than 0, the condition will be true and the line is printed to the console. But if we enter a number that is less than 0, the condition is false and the computer skips over everything in the if statement and nothing gets printed to the console. Now let's add on to this code to also tell the user if their number is negative. To do that, we can add on an Alif statement to our if statement. Alif is short for else if, and this section acts just like our original if statement, except the computer only looks at it if the condition in the if statement was false. Otherwise, the computer skips right over it. So if number is greater than 0 is false, we can then check if number is less than 0 and inform the user that their number is negative. Now if we test this again, we see we get proper outputs for both positive and negative numbers. But if we enter a 0, we get nothing. That's because 0 is neither positive nor negative. Now we can use one last tool to include this fact in our if block. The else statement is a final catch-all section of an if block. It doesn't have any conditions and it only gets run if all the other sections fail. In our case, we know that if a number is not positive and is not negative, it has to be 0. So if an input fails our first two conditions, it must be 0. Let's add one final update to our code to reflect this new information and give it a go.